Hello, all. Today's video is a very special message meant for medical people, for doctors, nurses, techs, hospital workers. Especially hospital workers is kind of where I'm targeting this message. I had a request yesterday for some words of encouragement for nurses, and I think these words apply to nurses, doctors, techs, even all your hospital staff right now, all your clinic staff, everybody who, because you are front lines, you are frontline workers. And what you do is so important. It always has been. It always has been. Absolutely vital. And you guys do not get nearly enough support. You don't get nearly enough money for what you do. You do not get the appreciation that you should. You don't. And at a time like this, when we are facing an actual health crisis, suddenly, oh, you're so important. You were always important. You were always really, really important. What I want to talk about, though, is one aspect of this whole situation for those of you who are medical people, who also are parents. This is a really, really hard time. And, yeah, and I'm getting emotional. I will probably get emotional. And, oh well. Because I'm feeling this a whole lot. Last couple days, I have gotten much more intensely anxious than I have been all week. I don't know why. It just is what it is. It is so hard as a caregiver, as a medical person. You are trained to care for others. You went into the field probably because you have a really big heart for other people. You went into the field because you want to make a difference, and you felt like medicine was a really practical, powerful way to make a difference. And it is. It absolutely is. You make a huge difference every day to all of your patients, to all of your clients, to their family members, to everybody. It's huge. It's really, really huge. And right now, during this coronavirus epidemic, people are really, really scared. And people are very anxious. And they are scared for themselves. They are scared for their loved ones. And you medical folks are frontline. You are the frontline workers, and you see people at their most scared, at their most terrified, at their most vulnerable, and you are there for them. And that is huge. When they're in pain, when they're suffering, when they, are having trouble breathing, that is terrifying. I'm an asthmatic individual, and not being able to breathe is a really, really terrifying moment. And so, these relatively healthy people that are now becoming ill and are not able to breathe, that is absolutely terrifying. And you medical folks provide support. You provide life-saving interventions. You provide a word of encouragement. You provide a calming presence when they are absolutely panicked. And that is so, so important. So important. And for those of you, so of course, your heart, your servant heart, your caring heart that led you to be in medicine wants to go to work. You know, I need to go to work. You probably feel I need to go to work. I need to be there. Absolutely. Your colleagues depend on you. Your patients need you. And then you're also a parent. And, you're a mom, you're a dad, and your kids are at home now. Schools are closed. And the thought of leaving them is also terrifying. And even worse is because your kids are safe at home, more than likely, they're fine. They'll be fine at home. That's not the issue. But what is the issue is when you go to work, you will very likely be exposed to the virus. And that's reality. And you, as a medical person, may be absolutely willing to do that. As a professional caregiver, you may have known you signed on for that. You may be okay with that. But the thought that you could be exposed and then take that home to your family is probably ripping your heart up. And that's where my heart breaks for you too. You're in a really, really difficult place. You are absolutely being pulled in two directions because of your heart, because of what a good and loving and caring person you are. You want to go to work. You want to take care of your patients. You want to be there for your community. This is what you've trained to do. This is what you've chosen to do. And of course, you're very, very scared yourself about the personal implications. What if you bring this virus home to your family? Sadly, factually, there's a chance of that, of course. The more exposures you could get to this virus, the building chance there is you could be exposed to it. You're around a lot of sick people. I mean, come on now, of course, medical workers are absolutely at higher risk. So then, it's like your nurse heart, your doctor heart, and your parent heart is like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? That is so hard. That is such a hard place to be. So, first of all, I just want you to hear that I hear you. I hear how hard that is. It's incredibly difficult. Very, very hard place to be. If you're feeling torn, that is very normal. Please don't feel like, oh my gosh, there's something wrong with me, that I can't feel more secure about my decision or what I'm doing. Expect that you're going to vacillate back and forth from day to day. One day you might be like, yes, I'm going to work. I feel okay about it. It'll be fine. And the next day you could be terrified to go to work. You could not want to go to work. Yeah, you might want to stay home and hug your kids and just be safe. Be safe. Because that's normal. We all want to be safe. Absolutely. Absolutely. Take a deep breath. It's okay. It is okay that you have a mixture of feelings you're going to. Anyone in the medical field right now is going to have especially intense feelings. Completely understandable, completely normal. Because you guys are front lines. You are exposed more than anybody else. That's a simple fact. And you're vital. You're vitally needed. It is a terrible, terrible catch-22 that you're in. It is. I don't envy your position. I do not envy your situation at all. It's very hard. I know for myself, I'm a therapist, I'm a mental health worker. The practice I work at is remaining open, and we're not a very big practice. and some of our providers are already working from home. So the amount of people flow in our office is minimal. It's not that many. So we're remaining open, and I'm okay with that. Now, some clients choose not to come in person. That's completely fine. Some clients are just canceling their appointments. Like they're a little busy right now. Other people, I think as time goes on, will probably take advantage of the telehealth of doing the sessions over the phone, over video call. I imagine we'll be doing that. Some people may still choose to come in, and with the precautions we're putting in place, I feel okay with that. However, I don't have intimate contact with people. We can stay at a distance. We can stay at a safe distance. We cannot shake hands or hug or touch, and I can still do my job for the most part. You guys don't have that option. Medical people do not have the option of not touching people and not being close to them. You've got to be close to them to do their job, to do your job, to help them. And that puts you at high risk. It simply does. And again, my heart is so with you. I am so sorry that you're in this position to be exposed, because that's the sad reality of an infectious disease. And I wish you weren't. I wish there was a way for all medical people to have a bubble of protection around them, to have a force field that those doggone little viruses couldn't get through. I would love to love for you all to have that. You also deserve it. You deserve anything and everything for the work that you do. But we don't have that. So every day you're faced with a very difficult decision. Your skills are valuable. They are needed. They're needed at the hospitals. They're needed at the clinics. You guys know what you're doing. You know how to diagnose. You know how to do testing. You know how to treat people. I don't. Most people, we don't know what to do. We can tell people, I hope you feel better, but that's all we can do. You guys know what to do. So you're very needed. And of course, it's heartbreaking to have to leave home, and it's terrifying to return. It's very scary. And I'm sure I'm sure all of you are, taking every precaution you can. I'm sure all of you guys are the medical people. You know the kind of safety precautions you can take. I'm sure when you come home, you strip out of clothes, you shower, you wash your hands, I'm sure you all are doing everything you humanly can. Everything. Of course you are. Of course you are. You don't want to infect your family. And as you know, now, and most of those precautions will do a great deal of good. They may almost, most of the time, take care of stuff. But nothing's 100%. That's the problem. Nothing's 100%. And even if you don't carry it in on yourself, if you've been exposed and the virus is in your system, then you can clean all you want and you still could then give it to your family. And that totally sucks so bad. So, wow, what to do? I believe that everyone should be able to do what they feel is best. Even medical people. Your people. I would completely support anyone saying that they don't feel safe to go to work and not going. I mean, it sucks for the rest of us. It sucks for people that need medical care. But I I do not say anyone should be forced to work if they don't feel okay. Nobody feels okay right now. So no, you're not going to feel good about going to work right now. And I'm sure 99.9% of medical people are going, and despite how scared they may be, because that's who they are, because they're amazing human beings, willing to put their lives at risk for other people. That's what they do. Willing to be in danger. That's what they do. So chances are, well, I was going to say, chances are a lot of medical people aren't struggling. I'm not saying, okay, yes, they're struggling. Most of them are probably still going. And if that's you and you're going, bless you, bless you. Oh, I wish I could personally do more to support you. I don't know how. This is what I can do. And for those of my clients who are medical people, I'm here for you. I'm in my office for you. I want to continue to support you as you do your job. Very, very important. For any of you medical folks, if you're struggling, again, like I said before, please know that there is nothing wrong with you, that you're struggling. It's called being a human being. You have kids. If you have kids, of course you're anxious about their well-being. And yes, I know a lot of what I'm hearing is, well, young people will be fine. Okay. But like I keep telling everybody who likes to tell me this stuff, we don't know. This is a brand new virus. We do not know how it's going to go. Yes, right now, younger people do not seem as affected. They are not getting as ill. But this is a brand new virus. We don't know. So, as a medical person, you're a trained scientific person. You also know this. You know that we really don't know. This is an evolving process as this completely new infection, completely new virus is being tracked. We are learning as we go. And that's the reality. We don't know how this will go. So if you have young kids, yeah, right now, chances are they'll be okay. But we don't know. And it's the uncertainty from a mental health perspective. It's that uncertainty that plays on our anxiety. It's that uncertainty that gets in the back of our brains and will eat at us. So, what you can do. A lot of deep breaths. A lot of calming your nervous system. A lot of self-regulation. I've been doing videos every day for a while here on different approaches and different techniques. A deep breath is one thing. The butterfly hug is another. EFT tapping. Even though I'm feeling all this fear, I accept myself. Even though I'm feeling all this fear, I accept myself. 3 times. Even though I'm feeling all this fear, I accept myself. Feeling all this fear. Feeling all this fear. Feeling all this uncertainty. Feeling all this fear. Feeling torn between home and work. Collarbone. Feeling torn between home and work. Under your armpit. Feeling torn between home and work. Back up to your eyebrow. Wanting to help others. And wanting my family to be safe. Under your eye, wanting to help others. And wanting my family to be safe. Yeah. Wanting to help others. And wanting my family to be safe. Yes. I feel better. And of course the anxiety will come back. None of these methods makes all the anxiety go away. Grounding, sitting down, taking a breath, feeling your feet, feeling your seat in your chair, feeling your back if you're in a chair with a back helps. And then the anxiety will come back. We need to feel it and release it. We need to feel our fears, feel the feelings, and then release it. We're going to go through this all day, every day, right now, because this is a really difficult time. I hope that some of my words were somewhat supportive and comforting and helpful to all of you medical folks. I hope the tapping was helpful. Do the little butterfly hug too. And many deep breaths. And again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all that you do, for being there for all those sick and scared people. And I hope that you all stay safe and well and protected. That is my biggest wish. Do the best you can. That's right now, everyone is just doing the best they can. Really. None of us are doing real well, in my opinion. Now, some people are fine. Okay, good. I'm glad. I know a lot of people I talk to are not fine. This is a very difficult time, and that's okay. It's okay to be not okay. Yeah. All right. Take care of yourself the best you can, and I will talk to you tomorrow.